Welcome back everyone to the Hello World guys. This is another episode of the C++ for Beginner series, and in this video we are going to try to finish our C account case study that we have got by implementing a file storage system inside of it. So currently you can see we have got a bunch of stuff in here which is kind of interesting, but what we want to do is we want to make sure that we store all of our accounts and all of the data related to them inside of actual the things that we have got, so inside of the files. So in order to do that, we obviously need to create a file system for that, and then we need to kind of when we create this program, we want to be able to have a method of storing it, and we want to obviously have a method of reading the previous accounts when we open up a new program. So yeah, how are we going to go about that, because that is a kind of a long thing to do. So let us first of all start off by including the fstream hashtag include fstream, because why not fstream. Okay, so we have got fstream here. Now that basically is like, obviously we've got a file. This will allow us to like do with stuff with files. So now we are supposed to create a variable of type file, so we are going to do that after we are actually, because we have got this here, we are going to remove this because this is not what we want to do. Instead we want to create accounts, different kind of accounts depending on what we have got. So let us first begin. Kind of in here we have got a this integer called number, which is the number of the account, but we are going to start that at -1, which means that this number essentially does not exist in correctly, because if the data exists, because -1 is never a array array index, because -1 means it's an invalid value, which means that we cannot use it, and it will currently put an error, but we'll fix that in a second. So let's say that we create an fstream here called let's say fs, and this we can open this for different stuff. So let us first decide the name of the file that we want, and we want let us say that the name of the file that we want is for example, let's just call it data. So let's not actually, okay, let's call it account. So we have got this. So now currently we are not calling any constructor on it, which means that this is just an empty file stream that does not have anything. But we are going to do something interesting here, and we have got this stuff which we need to remove, because now we are not creating this kind of thing like that. Instead we are going to go ahead and check, we are going to go ahead and say fs.open. Now this function can allow you to open the file. If you don't do that in the constructor, you can do it again. So we are going to actually do it here now. So I'm going to go this here and say something like yeah, let's say 30. We are going to say accounts dot dat like that, and for the open mode I'm going to say something like iOS : yeah, let's say in. So we are going to take in, and obviously binary, because we are going to implement our whole program in a binary format, so that it's kind of right. But actually let's not do that in a binary. We'll convert it to binary later. Let's start off with in. Let's just try to get some stuff done. So we have got this account, so we are going to check if fs dot is open. So if our file is open, which means that it works. So if this file does not exist, then it will give an error on this, and if it does exist, then it will say that this is opened. And only if the file is open we want to if the file is open, then we want to go ahead and actually do something with it, else it will give an error. So if the file is opened, then we are going to basically put that data inside of our accounts. So we're going to go ahead and say accounts dot well, we will need to first of all kind of take in all of the data, because currently we are considered this situation. So we've got a bunch of accounts stored inside of a file, so we want to obviously take those accounts, keep taking those accounts, and then after we've got all of those accounts in, so that were stored in the previous session, then we will go and continue for doing the other stuff. But currently we have got just a single kind of account here. We've got an account array, and we created a account and then allow the user to add stuff, but currently our accounts array is basically empty. So if the file already exists, we want to read the account array from there, and if it does not exist, then we want to create a new account. Now as far as reading is concerned, we'll do that in the next video actually. So in this video we are going to only try to create new account. So if this failed, then we are going to do the thing that we did previously. So after we have got a vector of accounts, I'm also going to create a single account here called just ACC, I guess. And then we are going to do what we are going to, okay, what, why doesn't that work? Okay, because we need to provide it with a bunch of stuff. All right, so yeah, let's just kind of okay, so this is a bit of a problem, but we'll fix that in a second. So if this file is not open, then we want to yeah, actually you don't do that. We just want to create a double here called let's call it starting balance, because we are basically doing that thing that we just deleted again here. So starting balance we have got inside of this only if the file is not open. Starting balance is equal to 0.0 and we are going to also have a string called name, and it's going to equal something like let's say yeah, it's going to equal nothing here. So after we have got that, then we are going to go ahead and ask the user to input the name, cout enter name of new account, name of new account, because this is currently a new account, because our bank currently does not have any accounts. So this basically will allow you to enter the name of the new account, and obviously we'll take in the name using cin. And as far as that is concerned, we'll basically do the same thing for the starting balance. So after that we'll go ahead and add this add an option to our accounts array. So go ahead and say accounts dot push underscore back, which means we are adding a value to it, and we are going to give it a new account by calling the constructor without, we are not creating a variable, we are using a variable directly here. And we are going to give it the name of name, and then a starting balance of that, so starting balance. Yeah, that's awesome. So this will push that back in the accounts. Now that means that we have got our first account created, and we have already got our accounts read if when we implement that, but we'll implement this in the next video. So assuming that, we are going to now go ahead and basically want to put this value in the actual file. And if the file does not exist, we want to create it again, and if the file exists, then we do not want to create it again. So how are we going to decide what to do in this case? Well, if the file is already open, we are going to go ahead and yeah, just go ahead and say fs.open. Okay, let's just don't consider this case for now. Let's go here. So if the file did not exist, then we obviously want to create a new file from the beginning. So we are going to go ahead and do fs.open, and we are going to say accounts.dat here again, accounts.dat, but we are going to now put ios : out here. And let's actually put binary here, because why not? Let's just put here ios : binary, because we should start with binary, I think. So ios : binary, and obviously you need to do that in the output as well. And remember, this creates a new file if it does not exist, which obviously it does not if we are up to this point. So after doing that, we have got this file to open up. Now considering this, so we have got a account file which is newly created, opened up, but currently it in this case it contains nothing, and we want to put our whole accounts vector inside of that. Yeah, so that's the basic idea. We want to take the whole vector essentially and put it inside of accounts. Now how do you put a whole vector inside of a file? So how are you supposed to store that? But in order to find that out, you will have to stay tuned for the next video. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, and share this video with as many people as you can, and bye.